Haftorah portion 14, Vera, Ezekiel 28:25 through 29:21. Adonai Elohim says, Once I have gathered the house of Israel from the peoples among whom they are scattered. Once I have shown my holiness in them as the Goim watch. They will live in their own land, which I gave to my servant Yaakov, and they will have security when they live there, building houses, planting vineyards. Yes, they will live in safety once I have executed judgment against all their contemptuous neighbors. Then they will know I am Adonai their God. On the 12th day of the 10th month of the 12th year, the word of Adonai came to me. Human being, turn your face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, prophesy against him and against all Egypt. Speak out and say that Adonai Elohim says, I am against you, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, you big crocodile lying in the streams of the Nile. You say my Nile is mine, I made it for myself. But I will put hooks in your jaws and make your Nile fish stick to your scales. Yes, I will bring you up from the Nile with all your Nile fish sticking to your scales and leave you in the desert, you and all your Nile fish. You will fall in the open field and not be gathered or buried. But I will give you as food to wild animals and birds. Then all who live in Egypt will know that I am Adonai, because they will have been support made of straw for the house of Israel. When they grasped you in hand, you splintered, and threw all their shoulders out of joint, and they leaned on you, and you broke, and made them all retch their backs. Therefore Adonai Elohim says, I will bring the sword against you and eliminate both your people and your animals. The land of Egypt will become a desolate waste, and they will know that I am Adonai, because he said, the Nile is mine, I made it. So I am against you and your Nile, and I will make the land of Egypt a totally desolate waste from Migdol to Savannah, all the way to the border of Ethiopia. No human foot will pass through it, and no animal foot will pass through it, and it will be uninhabited for 40 years. Yes, I will make the land of Egypt desolate, even when compared with other desolate countries. Likewise their cities, in comparison with other ruined cities. They will be desolate for 40 years. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and disperse them through the countries. For this is what Adonai Elohim says. At the end of 40 years, I will gather the Egyptians from the people where they were scattered. I will restore the fortunes of Egypt and cause them to return to the land of their origin, Patros. But they will be a humble kingdom, the humblest of kingdoms. It will never again dominate other nations. I will reduce them so that they will never again rule over other nations. Moreover, they will no longer be a source of confidence for Israel to turn to. Rather, it will only bring to mind their guilt in having turned to them before. Then they will know that I am Adonai Elohim. On the first day of the first month of the 27th year, the word of Adonai came to me. Human being, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, had his army mount a massive expedition against Zor. The loads of dirt they carried made every head bald and every shoulder raw. Yet neither he nor his army derived any benefit from Zor out of this expedition against it. Therefore Adonai Elohim says, I will give the land of Egypt to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel. He will carry off its riches, take its spoils and its prey, and these will be the wages for his army. I am giving him the land of Egypt as his wages for which he worked, because they were working for me, says Adonai Elohim. When that day comes, I will cause power to return to the house of Israel, and I will enable you, Ezekiel, to open your mouth among them, and they will know that I am Adonai.